Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Yo, welcome to the stream. Hey, with YouTube, I have to update it every time. But dumb. Make sure the other ones are working well. Yeah, seem to be good. Why did that change back to Crash Bandicoot? Weird. Okay, anyway, we'll play for a couple hours. Right, I gotta go kill the ice sprites for Sid. Okay.
Have you obtained the cores? If so, Please show them to me.
What an amazing device. But, is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its like before.
I too am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I've no idea how to make use of it.
Nevertheless, if it is as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save.
Even so, I wonder. Were thee the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at cost. Their earnest efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what?
There we go
Bless
again.
you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn.
Influencing inquisitors.
Before we can persuade Lord Drillamont to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Gillane that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Corythus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Whitebrim Front. Share your findings with Alphinaud in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. Inquisitor Gillane? Yes, of course, I know of him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whitebrim Front, several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in a darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end Inquisitor Gillane rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, sir, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Under Inquisitor Gillane's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us.
Inquisitor Gillane, I haven't the foggiest of whom you speak, unbeliever. We have learned of your deeds at Witchdrop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you.
The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Halone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Joseph. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inquisitor Gilliam's motivations.
Level 42, let's go. By the lights of Ishgard.
Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived in Whitebrim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so, that way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Ser Joaloud is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery.
Search the area outside for clues. Oh no. Okay, so that Inquisitor is bad. Hmm.
You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Ghislaine. Newly come to Corythus and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Joseph, before he learns that his deception has been discovered.
Mithril Lance, let's go. Blood for blood.
Since Lord Drillamon has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim. Yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Ser Joalout with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the enterprise.
Oh, upstairs.
Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? The Inquisitor is an impostor? Don't be preposterous, that could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Ser Prunella. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life.
Okay, Prunella, you are probably downstairs. Ah, there you are.
You. I do not believe I know you, sir. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know naught of it, naught at all.
Doubt.
You know, don't you? Fury take me, I prayed this day would come. When Ser Joalout gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall, one of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family. Secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Ser Joalout and I would be spared. But, if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together, we carried Sir Joel out to the infirmary, and on his first night in Whitebrim Front, Inquisitor Gillum was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing, seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillamont, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats. And so I did nothing, until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of Whitebrim Front. So, I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Heinart, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials.
Oh.
And that is the entire truth, I swear. Halone, forgive me for not acting sooner.
So this is the reason why I'm even here. They put the shit inside the suitcases. Good shit, good shit. Good thing they did it.
Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you 3 access to the stone vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. There had better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury take me, the Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Joseph, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first, I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do this thing. Yeah, that's the one I want. The heretic among us.
That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents, and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Joseph. Together, let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all.
Let's do it. Alright, we need to go over here. Okay.
Good to have you with us, sir. When Lord Drillamont arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality?
Oh, you best believe it.
You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Halon's halls. Only the wicked.
But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of Halon.
Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Drillamont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Ghislaine and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Ah, grave allegations indeed. But you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Drillamont, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade. You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? Ah! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Drillamont, then come, let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Dravanian fang and claw. Show the heretic no mercy. He must pay for the innocent blood he has spilled. Ignorant swine. Soon you will know the futility of your faith. Not by a goddamn heretic. See, heretic, you and your allies are no match for the might of Ishgard. How wrong you are, Ishgard. I have been blessed with power far beyond your own. Come, my brother, grant me the strength to smite our enemies.
There he is. There's the true form.
I am weak. Stand your ground. It is but an illusion.
Oh, it's an illusion. Never mind.
The dragon stands before you. Yet still you do not flee? Your magics have no power over me. No, no. Cannot do.
Shit.
My glamours, dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. Ha ha. You may not recall the many Ishgardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder. And when you are dead, Whitebrim front shall fall. Defiant to the last. Leave the body for the crows, his ilk deserves not better.
Damn. Well, you're not wrong.
Joseph, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you were reunited with your heirship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at Whitebrim Front, and bring your associates. Where have you been, Joseph? The false inquisitor has been slain, has he? Yes, well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the enterprise.
True. In pursuit of the past.
As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we enter the stone vigil. Pay Lord Drillamon a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sit and I will follow anon. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Ghislaine would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand. But you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the stone vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. but entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin. In part, yes. I should explain, shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Coerthas, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drillamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Ser Nathilane of your impending visit. May Halone guide you, Science.
I think that's new. The fact that you can keep running and summon them out.
Hail, Joseph. Lord Drillamont has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will.
Vigil now accessible. Secure the Barbican. Oh, I got Doomspike now, that's right. I feel like we probably need to go that way. Yeah, that's closed off. Mother. Okay. Let's go. Alright, retake the right press. Okay. We retook the left also. Still ingot. Okay. Ooh, long dead dragons. Oh shit. Nice. Digital VAM braces. Hey. Alright, defeat is combined. Two treasure coffers. Nah, one was useful. Hey, the fire's done. something's gonna come in when I open this, I'm sure of it. Oh, no. Alright, here we go. Strong room gate.
Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. The dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship, and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. Joseph, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you?
Of course.
That settles it, then. Shall we, Sid? As you command.
La Habria.
So you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests? A testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ninal are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan.
Hold on, so let me see, who's bringer of light? Oh, come on.
If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long.
Let's go.
Alpha Nod. The dragon. Confound it all. Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer.
Let's go. Swoop this trick. Oh, I remember this fight. Oh, I hit the wrong button, no. Oh. Okay, one more. Oh no. Okay, he's back up. Get out of there, no. I thought I got hit again. Got him. Got her. Hey, leveled up. which means we are level 43 now. Let's see what's in the coffer. Nothing of use. And that is it. We continue on. This is... Normally I get this after I defeat a primal.
Joseph. Joseph. Are you all right? Speak to me. "12 be praised, I feared the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already. Which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say." "What say you, Sid? Will she fly?" "Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride." "Well, I dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission."
Oh boy.
"This is all so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just..." "Bah, it's no use. Let's go."
Hey, we're already back in Gridania. Alright, cool. We'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Alrighty.
Ah, how I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the 12 Sword. Yet I will not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh?
Nice. Into the eye of the storm.
It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising. You did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seed Seers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements. But of course. That's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm, and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Joseph. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Erzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace. Which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind-aspected ether comprising Garuda's barrier into ether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No. But I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertaint, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marx met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity, or for one of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marx was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Joseph, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence.
Alright. That bladder, seeking solace. Now let me go see what those two are. Huh.
Do you wish to leave the landing area?
Oh, we can't do that here anyway. Oh, bad bladder.
Private Henry, we have ourselves a situation. Our scouts out at Etat's Spire have sent word that the Ixal are attacking their position. They report that they have already weathered a sudden strafing run by one of the Birdmen's blasted war balloons, and casualties were high. Have you ever seen these Beastman dirigibles? The Ixal stock them with explosive munitions, and rain hell on their targets below. Even should they float within bow range, the balloon skins are thick and difficult to penetrate, though it can be done. Thus the spires we constructed throughout the Twelfthwood are Gridania's first line of defense against assault from the air. 'Tis frustrating indeed, then, that recent conflicts have left them undermanned. I need you to head into the North Shroud immediately, and lend your strength to the garrison at Etat's Spire. I am certain Captain Githrit will appreciate the help.
Okay. Oh, you know one. Like civilized men and women.
Come closer, Private Henry. I would prefer that this tale be heard by you and you alone. It concerns a sensitive subject with which you are doubtless well acquainted, the Battle of Cartano. I speak of that bloodbath which marked the end of the 6th Astral Era, when both the 7th Legion and Allied forces were slaughtered by that winged abomination which did its utmost to destroy all we know and love. No part of Eorzea was untouched by the Elder Primal's rage, least of all the Cartano Flats, which were ravaged, nay, remade in the fires of destruction. The flats were rendered an accursed wasteland, and all decent small folk know to keep a wide berth. Consequently, many question why the Eorzean Alliance continues to maintain a military presence in the region, despite the personnel and materiel required to do so. Alagan ruins, that's why. Allied scholars have been studying them since their discovery following the battle, during which time the Cartano Flats have been jointly administered by the 3-member nations of the Eorzean Alliance. This was an acceptable state of affairs for a time, but no longer. Uda, Lunsula Minsa, and Gridania have all formally asserted a claim to the territory. A diplomatic resolution is no longer possible, the matter is to be decided on the field of battle. Lest you fear that this marks the advent of total war, worry not. We are allies as ever and shall conduct ourselves accordingly. All hostilities will be confined to the disputed territories, and engagements will be fought to submission, not death. So you see, you needn't hesitate to join the fray. Should you have the misfortune of facing a friend in battle, you will only be expected to subdue him, not kill him. Aye, that's right, I tell you all this because we need men and women of your caliber on the front line. These ruins are of vital importance to our nation's security, and we cannot surrender them to a foreign power. You need not make a decision now. All I ask is that you speak with our man at the airship landing and listen to what he has to say.
Okay. Seeking solace.
Ah, now here is a man who inspires confidence. It heartens me to see you stride into the adder's nest today, for I have a task of considerable breadth and even greater import, a task that calls out for a competent adventurer. Allow me to elaborate. In recent weeks, my eye has been drawn to unusual movements among the sylphs, those charming yet troublesome beastmen with whom we share our forest home. In hopes of shedding light on their intentions, be they malicious or benign, I dispatched a young researcher to Little Solace to investigate further. The fellow goes by the name of Voice. Mayhap you have heard of him? It would seem he is rather accomplished in his field. He set out a fortnight ago, and has been sending regular reports ever since, that is, until some 3 days past. Though he was quick to assure me that his prodigious intellect and survival skills would ensure his safety, I cannot help but fear he has come to harm. Such is my request to you. Travel to Little Solace and inquire as to the well-being of our man. Seek out the sylph Olmeo, who has oft acted as an intermediary between our peoples. Now go in safety, and in haste. The forest holds many dangers, these days more than ever.
Okay.
Private Hendry. Come to join the fight, have we? Very good indeed.
God, this is PvP shit.
Now before we proceed, I must warn you, this isn't going to be like some jaunt in the wolf's den. You'll be pitted against wave after wave of fellow Alliance members in battle, and they won't care one whit that you're the warrior of light. This campaign will be long and brutal, and victories won today may be undone tomorrow. Consider the borderland ruins. We need only seize control of each ruin in the region, right? Wrong. Defense is paramount as well, for our rivals will muster forces to challenge our claims. It is for that reason we have established an airship route direct to the front line. Those who are ready and willing to fight will never want for transportation. Ah, but that look on your face bespeaks confusion. Are we at war or not? What is this bollocks about no killing? What in the seven hells is going on? That's what you're thinking, yes? It's less war and more organized violence to resolve a territorial dispute. And yes, it is to be civilized violence. Killing Alliance members is strictly prohibited, though accidents have been known to happen, mind you. But you of all people have nothing to fear. You've escaped certain death more times than I can count. What are the odds you'll fail to do so this time, eh?
Front line unlocked. Okay. Alright, so that's okay, that's fine, that's fine. As long as I don't have to do it. Alright, Etat Spire. Go over there. Oh. Damn it. Hoglet and Opu Opu. Something I haven't really bothered with. Hunting log right now.
Lieutenant Scarlet sent you, you say? Praise Nafika. Though I believe the worst of the danger has passed, what few soldiers I command are both wounded and weary. 'Twas a well-placed shaft that was our salvation. A private's arrow managed to punch a hole clear through the balloon's air bladders, forcing the 9-ollie vessel to flounder down into the trees. Ha! You could hear the squawking from here. I must admit, however, to feeling a moment of dread at the thought of that war balloon slipping past and drifting over the city walls. Thank the gods, and a certain private, that such a fate did not come to pass. Nevertheless, we are in no shape to repel the 9-oll should they prove able to press the attack. Pray head north into Peace Garden and see what has become of their downed craft.
Oh shit, yo, it's different gate leads right here. I didn't even know that. It just came right out there. Oh, there's an Opu Opu.
Did you find the downed balloon? Was the vessel yet sound? I am not sure if this came from the Birdmen's craft, or is part of another contraption entirely. There can, however, be no doubt that it is of 9 design. War balloons, such as the one you saw, were invented by the Ninel to assert their dominance over the skies. These vessels allow them to avoid our ground-based patrols, and infiltrate the 12-swood with impunity. And the Beastmen use them not only for acts of war, but also to haul away the trees felled by their ever-expanding logging operations. 'Twas to combat this unwelcome and destructive presence that we built guard towers throughout the forest, though I imagine the Ninel were quite displeased to find our borders thus reinforced. In fact, the primary purpose of this day's attack may well have been the destruction of Tat's spire itself. I am torn, Private. We must not weaken our defenses here, but I would be certain our enemy does not lurk nearby, awaiting an opportunity for sabotage. I would ask you to once more visit the crash site, and search the surrounding area for signs of our foes. I pray that my concerns are not more than the anxious workings of a tired mind.
Oh, here we go.
Squaw Hawk. Get away from there, no feathers. Ours to dismantle, war balloon is. Touch what is ours, you must not. Rights of salvage, yes? Rights of salvage. Enough. So much screeching and cawing when threatened nothing, featherless one has. Squaw Hawk. Chief Totolo. Hold part we sought, no feathers does. Search through wreckage for nothing, we did. Weak-bellied fledgling. Calm down, you will. Speak with featherless one, Cecil shall. Could you be artisan? No, clothing all wrong, it is. Garb for honest work, it is not. Squawk. Raise your weapon not. Ninel, we are, but not same kind that attack your tower. Balloon part you took. Value to you is little, yes? Have it from you, we would. Not by force, no. And not for nothing. We make deal, yes? Inside gate, you come. Show you our work in return, Cecil shall. But, Chief, mean to let featherless one inside, you cannot. Spread our secrets, he will. Squaw Hawk. Question Chief, you will not. Cecil's decision, it is. Shut screechy beak, before plucked and strung from nearest tree branch, you are. Fierce look, featherless one has. Look forward to next meeting, Cecil does. Listen well, no feathers. If chief's trust you betray, flay skin from worthless bones, we shall.
Oh, I think this unlocks the Beast Tribe stuff. There he is.
Brave you are to walk into Ninel Den. No such camp existed, you did not, eh? Now, have that balloon part and your name, Cecil Wood. Yes, yes. Squawk. Searched long for this, we have. Thank you, Joseph Hendry. Know you what this is, It is special stone, used for making instrument to read speed of wind. Only found in Zelfadol, very rare. Even clever Cecil cannot build such instruments without it. Squawk? Seem confused, you do. You wonder why Cecil not go to Zelfatol and fetch stone himself, yes? Tell you why, Cecil will. We are not like Ninal of Natalan and other places. No fighting with forest people. Outcast, we are. Call ourselves EKTL9. Impressive, yes? Had nicer sound than EKTL20 or so. But one purpose, we have, to fly free like wind. For war with forest people, or pleasing greedy goddess, we care not. Fixed on the heavens, our eyes are.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, it requires disciple hand. Okay. That's pretty cool though. We got a pixel group that are outcasts of their own race and species. Okay, now we go to Little Solace. See what's going on over here. I know later on we can unlock some Amalja Beast Quest stuff. Oof.
Walking one walks with strength and purpose, yes. But this one is a busy one, state one's case, and state it quickly. Scholar? Walking one is looking for smart one, yes? This one knows no smart one. This one does no bumbling, stumbling one, but what business would anyone have with that one? Stumbling one's whereabouts? Why, right over, Wherever did that one bumble off to? Bumbling one likely stumbled off to see Elder One. Stumbling one is always bothering Elder One with silly questions. Bothersome one's blathering makes less sense than babbling brook, this one thinks. Ah, brave one returns to these ones. This one is honored. Word of brave one's deeds comes often to Little Solace. These ones are honored to call brave one friend. Brave one is searching for scholarly one? Brave one cannot possibly mean, that one? This one has met many walking ones, and that one is all the wits of a wing rat. 3 days ago, witless one stumbled off to the Sylphlands, babbling something about research. This one knows little of research, but this one does know that the Sylphlands are no place for walking ones, and witless walking ones that much the less. Yes, these ones' ancient home is now the domain of touched ones, and those ones mean danger for these ones and walking ones alike. This one tried to stop witless one, but witless one's ears are stuffed with beeswax.
Lord.
Bumbling one set off for the Sylphlands? Bumbling one is even dumber than this one thought. Touched ones will greet bumbling one with boom and sizzle. Then bumbling one will be crispy one. This one thinks it for the best. These ones will have one less worry. Walking one would go in search of that one? This one is confused. Take this one's word, that one is not worth the trouble. Walking one is certain? Then this one will not stand in walking one's way. But heed this one's warning, be wary, or dead ones will number two.
Voice of concern.
Walking one will truly go in search of bumbling one? This one thought walking one was making joke, like the time this one stole bumbling one's undergarments. This one does not understand what walking one is thinking. This one would leave bumbling one to bumble on one's own. But oh well, to each one one's own. This one saw bumbling one stumble off toward Lark Skull, between this place and touched one's home. Bumbling one is probably there shivering in stockings, if bumbling one found stockings anyway, which this one doubts. Be warned, walking one. The trees have eyes, and report to touched ones. Walking one should not rush too quickly to bumbling one's aid, lest walking one fall into nasty trap.
Okay.
Walking one scribbles letters. Maybe walking one is smart one that everyone was talking about? Smart one? Ha! Smart one would not stumble so stupidly into these one's domain. Someone help me. They'll eat me alive. Shush, stupid one. These ones have no need for eating, or did stupid one not read that in stupid one's paper stacks? Stupid one is even stupider than this one thought. Now answer this one. Stupid one tries to sneak into these one's home and kidnap chosen one's podling, yes? Stupid one will confess, or stupid one will be shocky sizzly one. The chosen one? Podlings? What are? Aha! Did this one know it or did this one know it? But this one, I was just repeating what you. Silence. This one here sneaking one. What one goes there? This one knows, boss one. This one has seen walking one in little solace. Walking one is strong, not like stupid one. Bah. This one will deal with stupid one another day. Let these ones be off. Oh, friend. How can I ever repay you? Why, I thought I was a goner for sure. Whatever do you suppose got into those sylphs? The bestiaries describe them as such a carefree, fun-loving folk, and my rather limited first-hand experience has been the same. But do tell, to whom do I owe this debt of gratitude? An adventurer, dispatched by the order of the Twin Adder on behalf of little old me, you say? Ha ha, bless the commander, always looking out for his charge. While I'd like nothing more than to continue this conversation, would you mind terribly if we did so back at Little Solace? This place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, hello. I say, it's good to see you in one piece, friend. Oh, but where are my manners? I've not even properly introduced myself. Voice, Gridania's foremost scholar of Sylphic customs and lore, at your service. Well, at least that's what I told the commander when I volunteered for this mission. Just between you and me, I'm actually rather new to the field. But I've long been fascinated by the cute little critters, and I thought this the perfect opportunity to make a name for myself. Which reminds me, I was just thumbing through one of the tomes I borrowed from Stillglade fame, when I came across a particularly fascinating passage of a legendary sylph who is said to possess such power that she controls the very fate of her people. Now, I realize this might sound crazy, but I couldn't help but wonder if this might be the selfsame Chosen One that frightful sylph was. Chosen One. Yes, well, does this one know the legend? Chosen One, the one who embodies the spirit of all trees that ever have lived or ever will live in these one's forest home. Once every 10,000 years does Chosen One sprout forth, to lead these ones into a new era before returning to slumber. Birth and rebirth, such is the cycle of these one's civilization. 10,000 years, eh? So if the last recorded sighting of the Chosen One was, yes, that would mean that the next rebirth would occur in, just give me a moment now. Yes, carry the one, and Elder One. Could it be that rebirth of Chosen One is nigh, and touched ones are plotting something? Well, I believe our sylph friend here has the right of it. This one does not like this at all. Something must be done. Something, yes, something indeed must be done. And yet many questions of import remain to be answered. Such as, where might we find this Chosen One? And what is the true nature of the power she holds? And most importantly of all, where, pray tell, did I misplace my underclothes? I know not if this is related to the coming of the Chosen One, but the 12th wood is terribly chilly these days. But regardless, I swear now that I shall remain at little solace until these mysteries are unraveled. 'Twas not by dumb luck that I was chosen for this task. No, the esteemed leaders of my nation knew that. No, they knew that. It is rather cold, isn't it? If you'll allow me a moment's respite. This one is worried. If Chosen One falls into the hands of touched ones, it could mean the end for these ones. This one must see to the safety of little solace. The search for Chosen One, this one would trust to Walking One. Coughing One spouts big words, but has not the strength to save these ones. This can be seen by anyone. And so this one turns to Walking One. Will Walking One help these ones? Thank you, Walking One. Walking One is true friend to these ones. This one will not forget friendly one's kindness. You have achieved neutral reputation with the Sylphs of Little Solace. Sylph Society quests are now available from Tonaxia at Little Solace. Furthermore, you may now purchase wares from the Sylphic vendor.
Nice. That's what it is. Alright, that's cool. Now we need to go to Camp Drybone and do the main story quest.
Why yes, I am Professor Lambertaint. Beg pardon? You wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly? Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow man of science.
Nice. Actually, before we get too deep into this, I think I'm going to call it here. It's almost been a 2-hour stream, and that's where I'll try to hit, so I think we're good. we will pick up with him probably on Saturday. Tomorrow and Friday I will not be streaming, but on Saturday I should return. If not Saturday, definitely Sunday, and then Monday's Memorial Day, so probably then too. But anyway, I will catch you all later. Have a good